Hello, my name is Mekedes Haile, and I'm here to talk about the first time I heard the gospel. It was the spring of 2009, and before that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I was a very self-righteous, prideful person. I grew up in a religious church. I grew up by following the law. That was one thing that stuck to me. That's what I thought being a Christian was about. I thought it was about being a better person. I thought it was about going to as many churches and Bible studies as you can. And it was spring 2009. One of Sarah's neighbors kept asking us to go to FCA meetings, and like we would go, everything was cool, and they had a retreat, so we decided to go to the retreat. And before the retreat, the retreat was on Friday through Sunday, and coincidentally, Richard and Josh asked us to go to Good Hope Bible Study for the first time, and like I was having a sleepover that night, so I was really just like, it's not really in my schedule. Like I kept denying it, but finally, like, after making excuses, me and a couple people went, and literally that day I cried because it was the first time I really heard grace, and it was still very new to me. And so that weekend comes along, and it's in the woods. It's really disgusted me. Like camping, it just made me sick, and I was very homesick. And that night, the guy preached about breaking the laws and how we don't need to follow them. And it was a very radical guy. So I was just like, who is this guy to come and tell me to break the laws? Like, that's just disrespectful. So that night I was just very homesick, and I was mad. Like I really prayed to just get out of there. And so the next morning I didn't even bring notes to the sermon. And he really broke down what he meant yesterday and how we're free from the law and that God's given us grace through Jesus Christ. And so that was the first time I really heard the gospel. But it wasn't until later that summer, going over the book of Mark, where I understood who Jesus was. I thought that Jesus was somebody that had to die on the cross for us. Like I was like, okay, that's God. He died. What pain did he feel? Like he's God. But it really humbled me to hear the story of Jesus Christ, the gospel, like the good news, and how we're free from it. And so I forever think about how spring, summer of 2009 has changed my life, all through hearing the good news of Jesus Christ. And that's it.